Good evening everyone, I am Musa Sultana Momo with another writing class only on by Orthoshuchok. Today we are going to learn about paragraph writing, that is how to write a paragraph. Let's see. A paragraph is a series of sentences that are organized and coherent and are all related to a single topic. Almost every piece of writing you do that is longer than a few sentences should be organized into paragraph. This is because paragraph shows the reader where the subdivisions of an essay begin and end, and thus help the reader see the organization of the essay and grasp the main points. That means paragraph হচ্ছে আমাদের লেখার ক্ষেত্রে শর্ট পজ করা, যে আসলে আমার লেখার ডিভিশনটা আসলে কোথায় করতে হবে। একটা টপিক আমি লিখলাম একটা প্যারায়, এবং পরবর্তীতে আবার আমি যখন ওই টপিকেরই বাইরে অন্য আরো সাব রিলেটেড কিছু লিখতে যাব, দেন আই ক্যান মেক অ্যানাদার প্যারা. Paragraphs can contain many different kinds of information. A paragraph could contain a series of brief examples or a single long illustrations of a general point. It might describe a place, character or process, narrate a series of events, compare or contrast two or more things, classify items into categories or describe causes and effects regardless of the kinds of information they contain. All paragraphs share certain characteristics. So this is the structure of a paragraph writing, that is, at first you should go for the topic sentence, then supporting ideas, add some details, and at last conclude the sentence. Now, what is topic sentence? A topic sentence has several important functions. It substantiates or supports an essay thesis statement. It unifies the content of a paragraph and directs the order of the sentences, and it advises the reader of the subject to be discussed and how to paragraph will discuss it. Topic sentence মেইনলি আমাদের পুরো প্যারাগ্রাফে কি থাকবে সেই সম্পর্কে একটা ছোট্ট ধারণা দেওয়া থাকে, এবং এখানে রিডার কি কি পাবে, কি কি ইনফরমেশন পাবে সেই সম্পর্কে ডিসকাস করা থাকে. Readers generally look to the first few sentences in a paragraph to determine the subject and perspective of the paragraph. এবং রিডাররা যারা এটা পড়বে তারা বেশিরভাগ ক্ষেত্রেই প্রথমে টপিক সেন্টেন্সটা পড়ে বুঝে যায় যে আসলে তাদের এটা কাজে লাগবে নাকি লাগবে না. যদি হয় তাহলে they go for further reading. Now let's see the structure of a paragraph. Most paragraphs in an essay have a three-part structure: introduction, body and conclusion. All types of paragraphs have the same structure, whether they are narrating, describing, comparing, contrasting or analyzing information. Introduction. The first section of a paragraph should include the topic sentence and any other sentences at the beginning of the paragraph that give background information or provides transition. যেটা আমাকে background information দিবে about the whole paragraph. It will give me a brief idea, or এটা আমাকে let go করবে to go through further reading. Now, body follows the introduction, discusses the controlling idea using facts, arguments, analysis, examples and other information. Now, conclusion, that means the end. The final section summarizes the connections between the information discussed in the body of the paragraph and the paragraph's controlling idea. Some techniques of writing paragraphs: repeat keywords or phrases, particularly in paragraphs in which you define or identify an important idea or theory. Be consistent in how you refer to it. But this consistency and repetition will bind the paragraph together and help your reader understand your definition or description. Create parallel structures. Parallel structures are created by constructing two or more phrases or sentences that have the same grammatical structure and use the same parts of speech. By creating parallel structures, you make your sentences clearer and easier to read. In addition, repeating a pattern in a series of consecutive sentences helps your reader see the connections between ideas. Parallel structure bolte bojeche grammatical use ekhane ami example dite pari. Suppose if you are starting your paragraph using past tense, then complete it by using all types of past tense. It's better to not to use the other tenses inside of it, otherwise you may be you may be puzzled inside your writing. Be consistent in point of view with verb tense and number. Consistency in point of view, verb tense and number is a subtle but important aspect of coherence. If you shift from the more personal you to the impersonal one, from past to present tense, or from a man to they, for example, you make your paragraph less coherent. Such inconsistencies can also confuse your reader and make your argument more difficult to follow. So আমরা যখন যেটা লিখবো সেই স্ট্রাকচারটাই ফলো করব, সেই ওয়াইজই এগোবো। Use transition words or phrases between sentences and between paragraphs. Transitional expressions emphasizes the relationship between ideas, so they help readers follow your train of thoughts or see connections that they might otherwise miss or misunderstood. Transition is like যখন আমার মনে হবে যে সেন্টেন্সের শুরুতে আমার এখন কনজাংশন ইউজ করা দরকার, সাপোজ এন্ড, সো, বাট আমি বলছি আগেই যে কনজাংশন আমরা at the beginning of the sentence use করতে পারবো না। At that time যখন মনে হবে যে what should I use or how should I start my sentence, at that point you can use the transitions or the linking words. So this is the structure of a paragraph which I've shown in a hamburger. You can see that the bread is the topic sentence and the salad inside the tomatoes is the supporting sentences. Here you can use some other supporting sentences like the cheese and the patty, and at the end there will be the lettuce, and you can jot it down or you can just cover it with another slice of bread. Some useful transitions, as I said that you can use transition instead of conjunction. So here are some helpful tips I have given you. Suppose to show addition you can use again, and also, or to give example you can write for example, for instance, in fact, or to compare. If your writing is a comparison writing, you can write also in the same manner, likewise, similarly. Or to contrast, you can use these transitions like although, and yet, at the same time, but, etc. To summarize or conclude, you can write all in all, in conclusion, in other words. Also to show time, you can use afterward, as long as, or to show place or direction, above, below, beyond, close, or to indicate logical relationship, you can write accordingly, as a result, because, etc. Now there are 4 types of paragraphs. Let's see what are those. Number 1, the descriptive paragraph. This type of paragraph describes something and shows the reader what a thing or a person is like. The words chosen in the description often appeal to the 5 senses of touch, smell, sight, sound, and taste. Descriptive paragraphs can be artistic and may deviate from grammatical norms. তার মানে descriptive paragraph অতটা grammatical rules follow করে না। Then number 2, the narrative paragraph. This type of paragraph tells a story. There's a sequence of action, or there's a clear beginning, middle, and end to the paragraph. Number 3, the expository paragraph. This type of paragraph explains something or provides instruction. It could also describe a process and move the readers step by step through a method. This type of paragraph often requires research, but it's possible that the writer is able to rely on his or her own knowledge and expertise. Number 4, the persuasive paragraph. This type of paragraph tries to get the reader to accept a particular point of view or understand the writer's position. This is the type of paragraph is useful when building an argument. বিশেষ করে argumentative প্যারাগ্রাফের ক্ষেত্রে আমরা persuasive প্যারাগ্রাফটা ইউজ করে থাকি. So, these are the 4 types of paragraphs as I have explained just now. Now, here I have given some sample paragraphs of the 4 types of paragraphs which you can go through. So, on descriptive paragraph I have given the example of a sunset. While comes on the narrative paragraph, I have given an example of the Apollo 2 space mission. Expository paragraph I have written on Kitty Door. And the last one on persuasive paragraph, that persuade your neighbor to buy tickets to the school fair. Now some do's and don'ts. Do's of paragraph writing. Make sure you have a topic sentence in the paragraph. Topic sentence obviously থাকতে হবে. It gives clarity to the paragraph and the critical idea of paragraph becomes obvious to the reader. Try to add lots of supporting sentences in the passage to give it a comprehensive look. Make use of impressive examples and effective examples to support the whole paragraph. Always take care to explain only one idea in one paragraph. একটা প্যারাগ্রাফে আমি সবসময় একটা আইডিয়া সম্পর্কে explain করব. It should not have jumbled up ideas or details that do not make any sense to the reader. End the passage with an ending statement summarizing the entire discussion in the paragraph. Now some don'ts. Do not add the details that are irrelevant to the topic under discussion. যেটা আসলে দরকার নেই সেটা আমার এখানে আলোচনা না করাই শ্রেয়. It is not necessary to add the concluding sentence in the paragraph if the passage looks fine without it. সবসময় যে কনক্লুডিং সেন্টেন্স লিখতেই হবে এমনও কথা নেই. বাট ইফ ইউ ফিলস লাইক যে এটা আমাকে সুন্দর একটা ফিনিশিং টাচ দিচ্ছে, at that time you can write. Do not try to confuse the reader by adding 2 or more main ideas in the same paragraph. It also depends upon the size of the piece. If it is meant to be long, you can describe each specific idea in a separate passage. Do not try to write long passages just to complete the word count of the passage. You can convey the message in small paragraph containing few sentences also. সবসময় যে বড় করে লিখতে হবে এমন কোনো কথা নেই. I hope this little information will help you to write your paragraph. Now let's start. Thank you.